So why couldn't the bicycle stand up by itself?
It's too tired.
Fuck you.
I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to
Why?
freaking.
Thank you. Yeah, at least you have some kind of what's the word? Etiquette. I don't know. Couth. Wiz over here just trying to like ruin my day. Like I get one joke. What did the evil chicken lay?
Deviled eggs.
Fuck you. I just
I couldn't think of that one.
I just bragged on you, and you want to. Okay. What did the pecan say to the walnut? We're friends because we're both nuts.
I was gonna say what's cracking. Kind of funny.
That's enough of the jokes.
Okay. Well.
Welcome back. We're here again.
We did not skip a week.
Nobody asked us to come back. Nobody asked us where we're going whenever we missed a few weeks or a week.
Hey, all 13 of our fans are still loyal.
I don't know. I haven't heard nothing from Blythe. I haven't seen a listening snap from Rowdy. Nobody. Hey, my father talked about it.
My father-in-law still listening.
Episode 47. We're barely hanging in there. We're like Conor McGregor against Mayweather right now. Just barely hanging in.
It's so funny to me when Hunter's like, y'all do the intros, and then he does the saddest fucking intro.
Oh yeah.
That's who I am as a person. Y'all should know that right now.
You know what I was gonna do? I was gonna say, welcome back to episode 47. Of course, Wiz is finally back. Your champ is here.
See, that's too corny. I don't give a shit.
That's the point. It's supposed to be corny. It's supposed to be
champ
stupid.
Of what? Oh, fucking football.
Fantasy football ended in December.
I've got that bitch for 5 more months.
That fantasy football league's deader than. I'm not gonna say. I'm not.
5 more months when the season starts. So I have it till season end actually, but.
Look, fantasy football is more dead than Dwayne Haskins.
I wasn't gonna say
it. Man, I don't think anyone drafted him last year. They won't draft him this year either.
Too soon.
Too soon.
As I said the joke, as I started the joke.
Adam Schefter.
So something I saw on TikTok I wanted to throw out there. I wanted to say it last week also, but I wanted all three of us here. You get $10,000. You could take this $10 million. You can take this $10 million, but you'll have a tiny snail following you for the rest of your life. The snail will always know your location. And if the snail touches you at all, you will die a very gruesome and brutal death.
And somehow the snail can board planes if you go to a different country.
The snail is always moving.
Did you say $10,000?
I'm going to say 10 million.
Okay.
So like nothing will stop this snail from coming to you.
Yes. It's one mission for the snail is to come touch you.
But if you settle down for too long and
so you take it. Are you taking the money? Or are you saying, no, that's too much?
No, I mean, I'm obviously taking the money.
Yeah.
Okay. How are you going to prevent the snail? Like, are you just always going to be watching, or? So
I saw a video like that gave like a really good solution to this, but I can't remember what it was.
I've seen a few solutions that was pretty.
You know what? I've got it. This is my own solution off the top of my genius fucking brain. $10 million. Buy private island, Salt Beach.
It's gonna put on some fucking snail shoes and make it across that.
No,
beach.
It's not.
Nothing is stopping the snail.
I mean, a salt ring would stop the snail, I guess, in theory, but there's an airplane.
Yeah.
How's it?
What is this snail fucking paratrooping into this island?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, whatever it takes.
Very good.
You're gonna look up one day and the snail's just gonna be like, whoop, dead.
I mean, I'll take it. Like, that's one of those.
Where
it's like
it's worth the risk.
Props to the snail at that point. Like,
aren't you immortal too?
immortal.
I didn't hear that. I
Oh,
haven't
okay.
seen the.
I saw one about that, and it's like you and the snail at the end of the universe. Just you finally let him
Oh.
touch you.
I was about to say if that's the case,
You're
I'm not
tired of
even.
living.
Yeah, like okay.
I
You spend the
wouldn't
10
take.
million. All right, I'm done.
I wouldn't take 10 million to be immortal without the snail.
Oh yeah.
There's one solution I saw was you to get $10 million, you hire a bodyguard, and like if you're sleeping, the second the bodyguard sees you, like wake you up or just like stand in front of the snail and try to wake you up to get you to move. Another solution was just constantly move, like live on the go, stay in hotels.
Oh, I'd rent a badass RV, just travel for the rest of my life.
Like the person, they broke it down to how fast a snail can move, and it would take 10 years for it to go coast to coast.
Yeah. So, but you don't know where the snail's starting, because what if, like, you get the money and you're like, all right, I'm gonna go to California. Boom, that buys me 5 to 10 years.
Mhm.
But what if the snail is starting in, or let's just like starting in California, or vice versa? Let's say like that you go off to freaking New York, and the snail is starting in California. You stay in New York for 3 months. You're like, all right, I'm gonna trick him and go back across the coast. You actually just putting yourself closer to the snail.
Well, no, he always knows where you're at, so you can't trick him like that.
I know, that's what I'm saying though, is like if I go to New York thinking that like I'm gonna go as far away from the snail as possible, and the snail's in like California, and I spend 3 months in New York and then go to California, not knowing that that's where the snail was in the first place, I just put myself way
in
closer to him.
proximity.
That's so stupid to do that, though. What the smart thing to do is to go to New York and wait till you see the snail in New York and then move back to California, or from like Seattle to Florida, or from Maine to bottom of California, Arizona,
Okay. And so the thing that like we
or
talked
from
about
Alaska to Florida.
that like this snail has like resources, like he can board planes, he can board ships,
Yeah,
he can do
well,
these things.
it-
Well, if I have a private island in the middle of the ocean, ain't no boats coming to my island that
Oh.
I don't schedule.
oh no, this snail's got his own boat.
See, my favorite,
What kind of
my favorite
Jeff
answer,
Bezos snail is this?
my favorite answer was waiting until the snail is like near you, putting a jar on top of it, gluing that jar to the ground to win.
See, I still like salt. I think salt's the way to go.
Salt's a great one too, but I mean, I think the best thing you could do is catch that fucker in a jar.
And can I not kill it?
I mean, it's immortal. But if you keep that thing in the jar, hey, this will be my best friend. That's going to be Peacemaker and whatever the name of that fucking,
Eagly.
no, not
Oh, no.
Eagly,
Oh,
the butterfly.
Yeah. Fuck.
Can't think of the name of that butterfly, but I'm going to be
That's gonna bug
Peacemaker
me.
and the name of that butterfly. But they're just
Hobbs?
best friends.
No,
It's not Hobbs.
that's gonna bug me.
But butterfly bug me. Yeah.
I see.
And
what you
snail
did.
bug me. But yeah. Yeah, put that bitch in a jar. I don't know if you could do that, but I mean, you don't have to worry about anything. The only thing to worry about is somebody knocking that jar down or that snail somehow getting strength to jump side to side and knock that thing down itself.
I was about
rolls
to say,
it.
I've
Aw.
seen Hunter blackout drunk.
Yeah.
Hunter would break the jar himself.
That jar rolls down the stairs like it's a fucking can of Chef
Chef
Boyardee.
Boyardee.
You wake up in a cold sweat. It's just a nightmare. You look over
Oh
to
my
the you look over to the dresser. The jar's missing.
Yeah, I was about to say, and then like, yeah, Hunter's panic.
Yeah. No, you know what? There is a soundtrack that plays only you can hear, and then gets louder as the snail gets closer. Like the fucking shark theme.
I'm about to
See, I
say
like that.
Jaws.
Jaws.
I like that.
I do
Like,
too.
You're
That's
like,
a
where the
way
fuck is
better-
this snail at? It's fucking close.
Like,
Right, but at least that allows me to like live 90% of my life in peace.
I'm at home taking an online exam. I just hear "Party in the USA" coming in a faint distance. Chance.
Why,
Oh my
why
God.
is that your danger song?
I don't know. It's just the first thing I thought of. The climb.
It's it's fucking coming up your.
It's coming up the 3 stories of stairs.
We have talked about the snail entirely too much.
It's a great topic.
Oh
you're-
yeah, it's funny.
Trying to think of another song to be a good theme song to that. I the Tiger.
Billie Jean is not my love.
You can never watch Rocky ever again because you don't know if it's the snail coming or the theme song.
Oh no, fucking Madagascar lemurs. I like the move it.
Imagine Rick rolled.
Oh my God.
Start panicking.
I just fucking end it right there. Like I can't deal with listening to that song. Yeah, do y'all play Hurdle still?
Fuck no.
I don't play any of
Oh,
those
April
games.
1st. That was
Did you play it on April 1st? It pissed. That is the first time I've been legitimately Rick rolled. I was pissed.
I went on like a week-long stretch of the NFL one. Like
I haven't played that in a while. I love that one. The easy and the hard mode.
I haven't played any of them in like a week.
the hard mode.
I played it until the
whipped
hard
my
mode.
ass.
The hard mode fucked me over because it gave me a Chicago Bears player, and it was a defensive player, so I'm sitting. I named a whole D line. I'm like, bro, what old motherfucker is on this D line that I have not named? I go and I look up the roster. None of them. So I run out of guesses, and it says Akeem Hicks. I'm like, that motherfucker, a free agent. That's cheating. They listed a free agent as a current Chicago Bear. I'm like, man, y'all some hoes.
Hey, they fucked up.
They did. I haven't played since then. I was so pissed. Me and Darian both were like, man, this is stupid.
All right, so the NFL world has gone relatively cold up until the draft. NBA,
Not the only thing cool.
it is prime NBA season. The NBA season starts now.
I mean,
Anybody
technically,
gonna
it's
pick?
started in October there.
Okay.
Okay,
I
the NBA
saw-
season. The NBA season that I care about starts now.
You and every other casual.
So I saw this really good take. I can't remember who posted it. But NBA's issue is, they can't get their players, especially their older stars, to play a full season, 82 games. And oh fuck, what's the commissioner's name?
Adam Silver.
So Adam Silver, one of his solutions to fixing the NBA's viewership problem during the regular season is to add a in-season tournament, making these players play more. When really, I think the NBA product would be drastically improved by cutting it to 60 games.
I mean,
don't have
yes,
to-
because there'll be less resting.
I think that
less
they should
resting,
just
less
put-
back-to-backs.
They should just put like game, like basically minimums on the
Per
awards.
contract. Oh, well,
You want to win
so
6th man of the year? You got to play 72 games.
something has a minimum. I can't remember, but they should do minimums on rewards. They should, like, LeBron played like 50 something games this year, which would be great in a 60 game season, not so great in an 82 game season. I think there's just so many games that you don't really care about. And the good point this person made was that like over 80% of the income now is from their TV deals. So cutting off 20 something games wouldn't really hurt them so much.
The only thing it's going to do is it's going to make ticket prices go up 20%.
Yeah. But
Because
I wouldn't. Each
it
game would
wouldn't hurt
matter
'em.
more.
It wouldn't hurt them, but they're greedy and they're not going to want to lose $1. So,
Yeah.
but
Um,
yeah, no, that something needs to be done.
an in-season tournament is not the answer.
That being said, when does the play-in start?
Tomorrow.
The king of, with that being said, is Scooch. He says that.
Well, that's because
so
Wiz
many
gets off topic and I have to
times.
bring it back.
Find
I have-
some
No,
other
No. I was not off topic. You were the one who mentioned you not enjoying the NBA regular season. You were saying the season just
I never
started.
said that.
You said the season is just starting, so that was pretty damn on topic. What I was saying.
You've got to find a different segue than, well, that being said,
I think it's pretty
The NBA
nice.
play, bro. He says it so
It's
much,
better than a
though.
pause.
I'll
It's
just
better
let
than
it
a
sit in
pause.
dead silence and let one of y'all transition. Then how about that?
Okay.
No
Well,
problem.
y'all ready for some play-in predictions?
Yeah. With that being said, play-in starts tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? Does it start tomorrow? When or Tuesday?
Yes. Let me find the actual matchups. Or the actual which ones are tomorrow, which ones are Wednesday. So tomorrow we have the Cavaliers at the Nets and the Clippers at the Timberwolves.
Mm. Well, I got the Nets winning. Sadly, I would love the Cavs to win.
Oh no, I don't think so. Is it one game play-ins or is it a
Yes.
series?
So
Ooh, one game play-ins.
so no, it's so the winners of these games make the 7 seed. The loser of this game plays the
Play-
winner of
yeah,
the
yeah,
9
yeah.
and 10.
Yeah, I remember.
So
now.
it's double elimination for the higher seed.
Right, but it's one game.
Yeah, for the
per
9 and 10 seed,
matchup.
it's win or go home.
Yes.
No, I think the Nets are gonna absolutely wipe the Cavaliers.
I think
I-
so too. But I hope not. I got
Like,
hope in
we
there.
got-
Is
we
everyone
got
healthy?
into this. We got into this like kind of world where we all kind of collectively stopped like believing that Kyrie was a good basketball player just because he was
No.
unvaccinated.
Not at all.
People, the general public was definitely treating Kyrie like he had like fell off just because he was injured and had all that kind of drama that followed him last year and then was unvaccinated and didn't play for a good portion this year. And then he kind of comes back after what felt like 2 years away from the court and comes back middle of this season and for like the whole second half of the season has just been like vintage Kyrie. And I feel like the the uh the NBA fan base was not giving Kyrie enough credit.
Snooze. Anyways, Wednesday games. What are those? So that
Oh,
would,
we didn't do Clippers at Minnesota.
Clippers and
Uh,
Timberwolves.
Yeah, how about you hold
So-
off on that snooze trigger?
So
Snooze. Timberwolves.
Paul George is back, but I feel like Timberwolves are a more complete team, and it's in Minnesota.
Hey,
We'll go Minnesota.
Cat became a savage out of nowhere. I don't know where.
He always has been, but I mean,
He's more
it's-
aggressive with it now. Probably because they're
Yeah.
finally a winning team.
Yeah,
They finally have playoff chances. But
pretty
yeah, give me the
much.
Timberwolves.
I'm taking Timberwolves. Gooch.
I honestly have no fucking clue. So for the sake of diversity, I'm gonna go with the Clippers.
Diversity. Wednesday.
Okay,
We got-
Wednesday.
Hawks and Hornets in the East.
Oh, it's in Atlanta. Give me Atlanta. Underrated team. Definitely not playing at their potential being this low of a seed.
I don't know. The Hornets have. I feel like the Hornets. They started off hot and they came cold. I think the Hornets here.
No, I think one game. I think Trae Young handles his business, especially at home in Atlanta. It's gonna be Trae Young time. Take over.
He's built for the moment.
Absolutely.
All right. In the West, we have San Antonio and New Orleans.
San Antonio, lock it up.
Is
San-
Jamal Murray healthy? That's my
Who?
big fucking not
the
Jamal
player
Murray.
for the Nuggets,
What's something Murray, isn't there?
DeJounte
DeJounte
Murray.
Yeah.
Murray. Fucking
Racist
hell.
ass.
Hey, he was on my fucking fantasy team all fucking year, and I can't remember his name.
I would call him Jamal.
What's
Racist
all the
fuck.
Travion Murray up to these days?
They got Latavius Murray.
DeJounte West.
That's Devontae West, you dumbass.
That's the joke. That's
Oh.
the joke.
I can't tell with you. I can't tell.
I
with
really
you.
want to go like really edgy, off the cuff, with humor, but I'm gonna keep it buttoned up.
Mm. If Pelicans had Zion, I'd take them
Okay.
easy.
I'm taking Spurs.
I'm taking Spurs also.
So everyone's taking Spurs.
Oh, I think Spurs are hot
Yeah.
right now.
Do y'all want to do our losers prediction then?
So our losers, we have Hornets and versus Cavs and
No, this is too confusing because we all got different fucking picks.
yeah, we'll wait.
There's no waiting; it'll be settled by the time we're back.
No.
Okay, so let's just say who we think makes it out of the play-in.
I think Atlanta is going to beat the Cavs. If so that's
Okay,
my
yeah.
18.
So I think Nets beat the Hawks.
Well, Nets will make it. You have
Oh,
money.
you're right.
So it'll
I
be
think Hawks beat the Cavs.
Okay, so we both have that. And Hunter, you have Charlotte at Cavs. Or Cat, yeah.
Give me Charlotte.
Oh, so fuck the Cavs. Okay.
And then I'm
They're
gonna go.
pretty young.
I'm going Timberwolves beat the Pelicans.
Oh yeah. me too.
Okay.
Well, you'd have Timberwolves win in the first game.
So we have Clippers at Spurs.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. My bad.
Or we have the Spurs moving on all of us.
Oh yeah. So it's So for us, it'd be Clippers versus Spurs.
I think the Spurs are going to lose. Honestly, I don't think they can do it 2 games in a row.
I feel like the Spurs could beat the Clippers. So
wait, why would the Spurs have to win 2 games in a row? If they win the first one, they're in.
No,
they're the
low.
10th seed.
Oh,
Spurs are 10th seed.
Yeah. So you have Minnesota losing, so it'd be Minnesota versus Spurs.
Oh, yeah. Then give me. Oh, see, in that situation, that's tough. That is very tough. Yeah. So, are y'all saying Spurs move on?
I'm saying Clippers.
I'm gonna say Timberwolves. I'm gonna say the Clippers and the Timberwolves both make it.
Okay, Hunter, who'd you have?
I have the Timberwolves and the Spurs making it. I got both 10th seeds.
Okay, so you have
Advancing.
the Spurs. I'm writing this down just in case you want to revisit.
I say the person the most far off takes a shot. Haven't done that in a while.
It's gonna be so hard to track who's farthest off in this shit show.
Yeah, because it's.
But I mean,
like-
I'm down. But
I mean,
it'll be me because I have both 10 seeds advancing.
all right, here we go. I like it.
mhm. Okay. One quick thing before we move on with NBA is I'm pissed that I what's the word? Lobbied so hard to make this watching you extend into the playoffs.
I'm so glad you did.
Because let's look at the overall. The Suns are 64 and 18. 64 and 18.
Yeah.
Good
76ers are 51 and 31.
My Nuggets are not.
And the Nuggets
dead.
are 48 and 34.
We're not
like,
dead.
I would have blown y'all out of the water.
What would we get in at? Like a 6 or 7 seed?
Let's see, conference. They are the 6th seed. So y'all be playing the Warriors.
I like it.
And the 76ers are playing the Raptors. That's an easy first round, I think, for them.
I think
Raptors
so
played-
too.
They played good this year, but they can't compete.
Oh yeah, no, especially with Harden and Embiid. Embiid, the scoring title. First time the scoring title has been a center since Shaq.
Ooh.
But I mean, you got Tobias, you got Harden, you got Maxey off the. I think Maxey off the bench. if I'm not
No, I think
mistaken.
Maxi's starting now
Is he starting?
since they got rid of
either or. He's a great
Green.
second-year player.
not Green, Curry.
Embiid. Who's
But
your
you know
starting-
what? I will say, I think whenever it happens, whenever the 76ers downfall in the playoffs happens, it's gonna be because they miss Curry's presence.
Look at the Western Conference again. The Suns play 8th seed, and then it was Nuggets, Warriors. Nuggets could be a first round exit.
Oh, Nuggets probably will. I mean, Warriors dealt with injuries, that's why they've dropped a lot.
Is Steph still out?
Oh, you know who might be out? Luca. Against he's at a calf strain.
I guess the Jazz. Who gives a fuck
Yeah.
about the Jazz?
They're a gritty team. The Jazz remind me of like the mid 2000s Grizzlies. Like you remember that was Zach Randolph and Mike Conley. They were like
yeah.
they'd win games 95 to 90 and shit like that. Let's see. Is Steph Curry healthy? I searched is Curry healthy, and it fucking started.
Dumbass. I was gonna give you like
Yeah,
nutrition
well,
facts.
I know. I'm like, what the fuck? I fucking hate Curry, so I didn't think about that.
Talking about curry, it was good. Buffalo Wild Wings Thai curry. Just had that for
Really?
dinner. This shit was phenomenal. Better look if they sell that shit in stores.
So his game one availability isn't guaranteed as of now, but it sounds like he's definitely going to be in for the series, just maybe not game one. Yeah, Warriors are going to take that.
Talking about series, if the Nets make first round, there was rumors that Ben Simmons will be available.
Yes, big.
Yeah, I'm not putting a lot of weight in those rumors.
Ooh, you can buy a bottle of Thai curry sauce. Looks like I'm gonna
Okay.
do that there, boy.
You know my favorite flavors from Buffalo Wild Wings. Try their dry rubs.
Oh, the freaking what is it? Oh, is it Chipotle barbecue dry rub?
Yeah, yes,
That's the goat
that's good.
flavor.
If you want to mix things up, their buffalo dry rub is pretty good.
I got the Desert Heat dry rub, and it was
How
really
was
good.
that? Oh, okay, I need
It was,
to try
it was
that.
it's their hottest dry rub. It was really good.
Okay.
If you want
I
to
need
talk
try
about dry, let's talk about Gooch's below 500 man of the week.
that.
So I don't see how this is dry because what I'm about to say is quite
She's
the
been
opposite
wet
of dry.
since-
Shit's juicy.
She's been wet
So-
since '66. Don't know when she was
My
born.
below 500 human of the week,
human.
Jada Pickett Smith, because she just and she gives these L's to herself. Like
If anybody's getting the L, it's Will.
that man.
Okay, no.
I
I
go
heard,
through phases of like just thinking that he's like corny and like can't stand like the whole group, but then like over like the stuff like this past week where it seems like it's just one thing after the next from Jada, I feel bad for him. I'm like, dude,
So I heard one thing. Apparently, according to California laws, with how long they've been married, if they were to get divorced, she could be entitled to half his estate.
Exactly.
So, like, estate means that's future projects. That's stuff he's still coming in from past projects. Everything.
right?
She'd
And
be
he
entitled
just
to
started
half.
that new Fresh Prince series.
Oh yeah. So I could see why he's like.
That being
I-
said, though, it's like, I mean, what's he? I'm sorry.
See, I don't
You know
even
what?
notice
I'm
it.
not sorry. Get over it. It's smooth. It fits. But what's his net worth?
Will Smith, who I don't know.
That's what I'm looking up.
And no wonder Tupac faked his death. He couldn't stand to be with this bitch.
Right. Like, so his net worth is 350 million. So yeah, I'll give up 175 million dollars easily to distance myself from that psychopath.
But like,
It's also
estate-
future.
your
stuff.
your estate is more than that too, though. Like that means she has says and how certain things are done. Like, because like to think about it, Britney Spears' father was in control of her estate, so he got to decide what she did, like what her future projects were and things like that. So she will have a say in like his future movies, like him, like shit like that. I don't know, more than just what like whether he does it or not.
I mean,
Yeah, he-
anything's got to be better than what he's going through right now.
Oh yeah. I
My
agree.
guy's out here hurting. Like, because obviously, Oscars, everyone saw, everyone knows the whole story. And then, like,
The 10-year ban. Fuck.
away, like, the week after the Oscars, she comes out and speaks out against Will, saying that she's not the type of woman that needs protecting. Well, needs is a
Oh,
rough word. I would say deserves might be a better word. She might not be the type of woman that deserves protecting. But like everyone saw the video of her like just absolutely shooting eye daggers at Will after the joke, and then to come out and say that she didn't want it to happen. You're just such a liar.
something very funny. The past couple days on TikTok, everyone has been like over analyzing her alopecia condition, and apparently everyone, men, women, doctors, are because in a previous video she says she is self-diagnosed. She hasn't like gone and got an official diagnosis, and she has no visible signs.
She
of
still has her
alopecia.
hairline.
Yeah, she still has her hairline, but alopecia is patches. Like you literally have like a bald circle. She has hair everywhere. She cites this one straight line where she doesn't have hair on her head. That's not alopecia though. That could be a scar from something. That could be just regular baldness, but that is not this autoimmune disease she claims to be so serious. When funny enough, you go to the doctor, you get told you have male pattern baldness. That is alopecia. But fuck her.
I want to know what was said between the time Will was laughing at that joke and then Will slaps the shit out of Chris Rock. I want to know what was told.
No, Will has seen that death stare before. He knows.
Oh
that's
yeah,
like,
nothing had to be said.
That's seriously. I'm coming for half your fucking shit, Will. If you don't get up there and slap him.
And you wonder why
that death stare was the silent stare of I'm staying at August tonight if you don't fucking do something about this.
Oh, that's
But like you're talking about male pattern baldness, alopecia. I am more. Jada's got a stronger hairline than I do, so I'm uniquely qualified to speak on this subject. And that being said, eat your heart out, Hunter. I don't even care anymore. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Wait,
that slap was probably not even enough for Jada. Will probably sat back down and been like, Tupac would have shot him.
Oh yeah. The funniest tweet I saw from when this happened. So Jaden Smith tweeted out, "That's how we do it." After this whole event, so this guy said Jaden Smith is going to tweet out, "That's how we do it." Like you ain't let your homeboy come over and fuck your mama while you was too busy sexing Tyler the Creator.
Oh man.
Fucking tweet of the century right
and
there.
And then obviously we kind of skipped over the newest Jada Pinkett Smith foot in her mouth moment. The whole Red Table Talk series is like below like The View for me, like in watchability. I can't. It's the cringiest, corniest, most like
who asked for it?
Self-assured. Nobody. That's what happens whenever you have $350 million that you're entitled to that aren't even yours. You can do what you want. And this woman went up there in front of God and 100 million viewers and bragged about the fact that she don't need no man to give her pleasure because her grandma taught her to masturbate when she was 9. If that's a true story,
I'm gonna go back and listen to this because I zoned out, so I heard masturbation at 9.
You didn't hear the story, Hunter?
You haven't heard this?
No.
Jada Pinkett Smith went on her makeshift wannabe talk show and told her daughter, Willow was sitting at the table, told her daughter that her grandma, in order to show her that like she can give herself everything that she needs and that she doesn't need to be dependent on a man for pleasure, her grandma taught her how to masturbate when she was 9.
Isn't that
abuse?
Child indecency or something like that? Child?
No. That's child abuse, child endangerment, fucking borderline molestation. I can't say the word now. Molestation,
Junior. Molestation. There you go.
The mole at the beginning sounds wrong. Mole.
I'm glad you caught that.
Yes.
But yeah, that was like the big moment for me. Like this, it just felt like every time I get on my phone, like it's another wild ass Jada story, and that's what landed her on my below 500 man of the week.
Okay. My below 500 man of the week is pretty quick. It's don't take it as bias, but Los Angeles Angel fans, how does it feel to have 2 fucking MVP caliber players in Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout? It just, the team can't manage shit with them.
Oh, I might have shared this before, but one of my like pretty like hot sports takes is that Mike Trout will retire as the greatest baseball player of all time.
Oh yeah, he's insane.
And he's in his 12th season, and he's played in 1 playoff series and they
It-
lost in the divisional round.
Like, I don't know what it is. I couldn't imagine. I could not imagine. That's like saying, well, what was that? That'd be Tom Brady and Randy Moss missing the playoffs, like year after year after year.
It would be the 73-9 Warriors getting swept in the first round.
Yeah, I mean, it's just you got to feel sad for him because, like,
Oh,
As an
I said it when they cut Pujols a couple like last year that like I hate the Angels organization. The Angels front office is an absolute embarrassment to baseball, and they are literally wasting away the prime years of the greatest baseball player that the sport has ever seen.
mhm. And the current MVP and new probably favorite for the MVP for the next couple of years because of how versatile
And the
he
bad
is.
part is Angels fans like feel the same way. Like I've heard from multiple Angels fans, like they all agree, like they love Trout to death and they don't want him to leave. But they've all said that if he was for some reason to choose to leave, you can't blame him.
No, but
Um,
that's all I got to say. Just it never felt so bad for a fan base, a rival fan base.
Hunter, who do you got?
I wasn't say Schefter, but that's just too easy. I will cake the low hanging fruit that Wiz gave me. Not the Angels players or the organization, but the fans.
That's what I said.
Would you say the fans?
He did say Angels fans.
Oh, well, I will piggyback off that. Excuse me. I will piggyback off that. And not so
Oh.
much as a disappointment, but the idiocracy that
Thank you.
Jeremy Pena, he's a rookie. He's up to base, or up to base. He's up batting, and there's people yelling cheater. He's a rookie. Meanwhile, the catcher is Max Stassi.
He was on the Red Sox, right?
He was in Houston, wasn't he?
What was he? I thought he was in. Was he not in? Let me look up his Wikipedia.
Yeah, double check. I'm pretty sure he was in Houston. I just thought it was hilarious how your catcher is a cheater, but yet you're yelling at a rookie for being an Astro, and that happened in
Oh yeah,
2017.
he was an Astro. I don't know why I thought he was a fucking Red Sox.
I don't know either. You made me doubt myself. Fuck you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but yeah, that's funny. I mean, Tucker gets the same treatment. Alvarez, they were on the fucking team during those years, and it's just overall hate towards the fan base.
Yeah, that's like.
I'm just waiting for the Yankees letter to be released. That'll bring joy to my life.
I can't think of a.
Okay, here's a question. If that letter comes out and it is proven that Rob Manfred, along with the Yankees, actively covered up their own cheating scandal in order to not put a black eye on the great Yankees, does he have to be like, is that big enough to like say like, hey, fuck it, you're out?
What do you mean?
I don't think you can. I mean, how do you
I know what
do
you're
that
saying.
to a commissioner though? Like,
Because he's
who kicks him out?
The 30 owners. The 30 owners could like have a say on that. Because how can a commissioner actively cover up a cheating scandal while getting two other teams, the Red Sox and Astros, in trouble for the same thing? Like, I feel like that's a pretty big.
I feel like he'd definitely only get 29 of the owner's consent.
Well, I don't think you need all 30. Probably
I feel like
two-thirds.
I feel like it was long enough ago that it's not gonna be the major scandal that y'all are anticipating.
Yeah, that's what I think too. People are gonna be like, it was.
I mean, I'm not anticipating anything. I don't think.
No.
Everyone's made kind of our peace with it. And the only reason that the Astros cheater theme has lasted as long as it has is because it gets this reaction out of Astros
Gooch, I
fans.
promise you. I know there is a big group of people like you, and I'm not like saying it like that, like that like the reaction. But no, there are people who will legitimately see the Houston Astros players and like have hatred in their fucking like.
I mean, yeah, I mean, obviously there's a small minority. But I'm saying like that's why I think like even if that did come out with Manfred, I don't think it's gonna be an absolute like Watergate scandal because I think the large majority of people are over it.
Yeah, I would just hope the fact that more people would realize it was more of a league-wide issue than just the Astros and Red Sox doing it.
And with
Get
that
over it.
take, we transition into full nausea-inducing Astros bias season for 2/3 of this broadcast.
Oh,
That's not fair because I'm not near as toxic and
Dude.
nauseating as Wiz.
You're not
Astros
near as
are-
toxic, but Wiz is off the charts.
Astros
and
are
you
all
like
I have.
you are like normal toxic Astros bias, but like when you're just like you're like a toxic floater on top of Wiz's toxic
Steaming pile of
pitcher
shit.
of Astros toxicity. So like
I just get tired of defending it, so I'll just stop and go away.
Yeah.
I close out whenever I'm talking on. I'm just like, fuck it, I'm not even.
But no, when it comes to like us having a good record, winning some big games against some rivals or some shit talkers, I get pretty toxic. The Astros are all I have. I got bullied throughout the fucking James Harden years. You know how that happened. And of course, you know, the Cowboys, they're shit. They're shit. I get shit on for them. The Astros are all I have.
All right, well, let's get into something that's more entertaining. The Masters. Wiz,
yeah,
Gooch,
I was
y'all
about to say,
interviewed.
why are you throwing this to Wiz?
Yeah. I said two things.
But yes,
Wiz and
perfect.
Gooch interviewed.
Yeah, perfect tie-in. We talked last week about big weekend in sports. We had opening day of baseball and Masters week coinciding on the same weekend, both of which went well. I think the Astros won. I don't know how their series, but I know they won opening day or opening game.
We're 3-1.
Yeah, Cardinals are 2-1 with a postponed game today. So opening weekend went good. Masters weekend went very good. Scotty Scheffler, #1 in the world, runs away with the tournament. And my cousin Taylor Gooch had a strong finish, and we had Zach Batterson, the man behind the Taylor Gooch Tracker Twitter account, in the studio for an interview, which we will cut to right now. Welcome to the show, Zach. Zach is the face behind the keys of the Taylor Gooch Tracker Twitter account. Taylor Gooch tied 14th in his Masters debut this weekend. I'm going to go ahead and get out in front of this. We are cousins. It is distant. It is a very distant relationship. We share a last name. That's about as far as it goes.
Okay.
I'm not invited to the cookout, if you know what I mean.
Damn, yeah.
And the crazy thing about it is, he's a Midwest City, Oklahoma native. I live 20 minutes away from Midwest City.
Oh, really?
For like the last 10 years. I know of this dude. I've known of this dude since I was in like high school. And I was talking to my wife earlier this week during the Masters about my grandma, who's deep into genealogy. She's blasting me on Facebook for years now. This guy you're related to, this famous person from the 1950s, is your 7th cousin 3 times removed. And I'm like, yeah, I don't care about all that. And now like this week, all this happens. And so I'm like texting her like, hey, how are we related to this guy? And she's sending me, and I'm like, Grandma, like you've been telling me this stuff for years. You've been dragging me to Missouri to meet these people that I do not care about. They don't even share my name, but you couldn't get me in touch with this guy that lives right down the road.
Golfer. Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But anyways, I got some questions. We'll go ahead and jump right in. Zach, how long have you been running the tracker account?
A little past a year now. So not
Okay.
too long, but it's been an eventful year for sure.
Most definitely. So how did you get started following Taylor, and how did you decide that you were going to start a tracker account?
Okay, so funny story. My close friend and my roommate runs the Siwoo Tracker account.
Okay.
So I knew about like kind of the tracking community from that. And then I always kind of placed DraftKings lineups on golfers.
Right.
And then one week I saw a guy, his last name was Gooch. I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. So I picked him and he ended up tying for fifth. And then I kept following him after that. I was like, this guy's actually pretty good. I saw he didn't have a tracker account. So I decided to go ahead and make one of my own. And it's kind of just history from there.
So,
Nice.
so this is a big thing. I don't follow golf. Tracker accounts are a pretty big thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. It's a whole
Oh,
community.
wow.
There's lots of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like you name the golfer, and like they've got their
They've
like
got-
tracker account, their like fan legion account.
Okay, because
Mhm.
I was thinking like, a couple of years ago, I tried to do like a Rockets rookie fan account for Jay Sean Tate.
Yeah.
I was just tweeting hype. I wasn't following stats or anything like that. So that's pretty crazy.
Oh no, Zach is tuned in. Zach was ahead of the actual Masters app
Wow.
for some of the shots on the weekend. That's my other question. So obviously for the Masters, you have the app, and the Masters app is phenomenal in how it's built.
Mhm.
So like that one kind of like lends itself to tracking. But in like other tournaments, how do you do the Taylor tracking?
So yeah, the PGA Tour has its own app, and every tournament they have this thing called Tourcast. So basically, it's just someone on the site. It's basically the same thing like for the Masters, where they just put in the shot, they tell you where it went and stuff like that.
Right.
And then what I do is I just look at it, I see where it went, and now I'm getting a better understanding because I've been following his game for about a year now. So I'm like, okay, I know this distance is good for him, or how he's going to play from
Yeah.
this spot. So just kind of a learning curve, but yeah, to get stuff like just information, it's just off the PGA Tour app.
So basically, just Thursday through Sunday, you're just glued to the PGA Tour app.
Yeah, pretty much. It's always open. I got streams if he's being put on TV, or just in general. I just like watching golf. But yeah, I'm pretty much glued to my phone when there's a tournament and he's playing in it.
Nice. I had some. So we'll get deeper into like covering Taylor and his rounds, but just thoughts on just the overall Masters.
Like
this
just
week.
like in general this week.
Just this
it was
week's
interesting.
tournament.
Yeah, it was interesting. I thought it played pretty hard. Obviously Scotty didn't think so, but I thought it was difficult. It was really challenging. Obviously, in comparison to like 2019, I think is when DJ won with like 22 under. Winner was 10 under
Right.
this year, so it was pretty difficult. The conditions on, I think, Saturday, it was really cold and I think very windy on Friday and Saturday, so it was pretty hard to shoot under and shoot low. Considering, I mean, Taylor finished 2 over for the tournament and was tied 15th.
Right. Right. And like
It was a rough week.
talking about past Masters, like what was it? Did DJ win in 2019? Or I thought Tiger won in 2019.
I could be wrong. Oh yeah. Sorry, 2020. That was what I was.
Right. Yeah, but like
2020.
even the year that Tiger won, like he shot 12 or 14, I think, which is like right there in the Scotty Scheffler range. But he shot like 12 or 14. DJ was like right behind him at 11, and I think Koepka was at 12, but I think Koepka doubled like 15 or 16 to take himself out of it. And like so, I mean, right there, like you had like the top like 4 guys all sitting at or below 10 under. And like this year, Cam Smith, he was hunting like that whole back 9, and then he kind of collapsed on himself on like around like
12.
the 15th or 12 through 15 and took himself out of it. But he still tied for 4th at like what, 3 under, 4 under?
Yeah, I think he got a couple back.
Yeah, he got a handful back there on the 18th.
Yeah, he finished 5 under total, T3. So, I mean, but that's crazy to think that the guy in 3rd place is 5 back from the leader.
Right. Just when you look at like past years.
Whatever. Yeah, it's just crazy. Like, I think it played a lot harder. I think the conditions were really tough this week.
Yeah, I mean, and like I thought that on Thursday because like obviously tee times got delayed on Thursday for weather in the morning.
Yeah.
But then like by the afternoon rounds, you saw a lot of guys going low in the afternoon, when it started to the sun come out, it warmed up, it dried up, and it seemed like the course was playing a lot different. Because like, I mean, you remember Taylor's first round, he looked great. I mean, he was consistently sitting in the top 5 like his whole like morning.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then he made the turn onto the back 9 and like the wheels kind of fell off.
Yeah. So he started off 2 under. He was solo lead. And then on the 9th, he hit a drive that I thought was okay. And it turns out there was a limb hanging out right in front of him. And he hit his approach and it bounced off the bottom of the limb and went into a bunker and he doubled it. And he didn't get any back for the rest of the day.
Right.
So
it's funny to me that I was going to bring that up. That limb on 9 was like a constant throughout the tournament.
He found it. Yeah.
Like 3 times.
Yeah. I think he found it 3 different times. And then there was one, I don't remember. I think it might've been on 18. I don't know if you saw the picture I tweeted, but
of him inside that bush where he had to chip
inside
out
the bush where he was
backwards.
on the knees. Yeah, that one. So I think that was kind of what killed him this week. I mean, it was just a couple different holes that he just couldn't figure out. He couldn't figure out Amen corner, at least 11 killed him the entire week.
Yeah, and I know like
yeah.
for me watching on the Masters app most of the time, you only get select coverage. You get like 4 and 5, and then you get Amen corner on the Masters app. So I would like just follow the tracker in the beginning. I would watch 4 and 5. I would follow the tracker until he got to about 9. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and turn on Amen corner.
Yeah.
And then like, and he'd be going in every time. He'd be going in 2 under, 3 under on the front 9, looking good, like moving up the board. Especially Sunday. I think he got all the way up to like 9th on the board, and he's like moving. And then he'd hit Amen corner, and I would get to watch it on the TV just fall apart.
Mm-hmm. Fall apart. Yeah. Sunday was bad because like I got so hopeful because he was moving on the front 9. He was doing really
charging.
Well. I was like, oh my God, he could actually, make a run, and then it just fell apart. But I mean, it's his first time. I think next year, I'm pretty hopeful for next year.
Yeah. That was like the one Taylor question I was gonna ask was like, so like obviously you kind of saw like a tale of 2 like courses almost, like the front 9 and then the back 9, and like on it really the back 9 kind of sealed his fate. I did the math.
Mm-hmm.
I crunched some numbers today. He shot 7 under for the tournament on the front and 9 over for the tournament on the back.
Yeah.
But that being said, like you said, I mean, top 15 finish in your Masters debut is nothing to sneeze at.
Oh yeah, no, not at all.
So you said that you're hopeful going forward. So that takes me to one of my other questions. What do you think, like realistically, what do you think Taylor's chances at a major this year are?
I like it. I mean, I genuinely do. I like him for probably some of the opens, especially. I think his driver has been getting better. He's been finding more fairways. And also just like windy conditions, he plays well in the wind. That's when he won RSM Classic. I mean, he played Oklahoma golf. He speaks to that a lot about how he's able to keep it under the wind. So I was hopeful at least this weekend, when it was windy, that's when he was shooting low, is on that front 9, and it was windy. He was getting strokes on the field because he's able to play well in those conditions. But I think this year I'd never count him out.
Yeah. So if I had to make a pick, like obviously in any tournament he's going into for the win, he's going to be a long shot bet if you're betting like actual numbers.
Yeah.
However, if it's my money and I'm putting money, I would keep my eye on the PGA Championship next month.
Yeah.
It's being played in Oklahoma at Southern Hills.
That's his area.
And he's talked about. I listened to his episode last week. He did a guest spot on Foreplay Barstool podcast.
I didn't know that. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's a good interview. But he mentioned like they were asking him the types of courses that he likes to play, and going into like major season, he mentioned the PGA Championship being at Southern Hills, and Southern Hills being the type of course that he likes.
Right.
Because it's not, obviously I'm not gonna say it's not super challenging, but like it's not like tricky. It's very plain. Like it's
Right.
very traditional. And like, I mean, this is coming like straight his words. He said like, you see the hole and it's what you get. Like, you don't have to do anything crazy. And he said like, he likes playing Southern Hills because you know exactly what shots you have to hit for each hole. And then you just have to hit them.
I mean,
And
that's
so,
perfect for him.
right. And like, there's no crazy shot that you have to pull out of your bag. Like it's just the shots that the course demands, like you have to
Right.
execute them in the moment. And so that him being at home, I would say that like if any of our listeners are betting people, Taylor Gooch is
Good bet
gonna
to
have
place. Yeah.
good odds on the PGA Championship, and that might be one to jump on. Another one of my other questions. So you said you've been at this for a little over a year.
Mhm.
Has Taylor interacted with the tracker account at all?
Oh yeah, we follow each other. He follows me.
Nice.
We've talked in DMs a couple times.
Okay.
He'll like some of my posts, and he's responded to a few. We interact not very often. Obviously, he's busy, and I think somebody has taken over managing his account a little bit.
I'm sure.
But so from time to time, he'll hop on and he'll interact. I think the Players Championship, when that was that whole debacle with the weather and all that, the early wave, like most of them missing cut. He was one of those. So he fired off a couple good tweets there. He was talking trash, just people talking trash to him. So he interacted with me. But yeah, we interact every now and then, not too often though.
That's cool. That's cool. Let's see. I had some other questions. Oh, back to the Masters for just a second. So on here we do a recurring segment, just like different top 3 rankings. So for this, we're gonna do your top 3 moments from this week's Masters, and I've got mine listed as well.
Okay.
I'll start. I'll give you a second to think. So a couple of mine are pretty biased. My number 3, moment from this year's Masters was Bryson DeChambeau ripping 3 balls into the crowd in like 4 holes on the like right around Amen corner.
Mhm.
And like that's a pretty negative and petty top 3 moment, but
No,
ever since
I like it.
since the par 67 comment
I was
from
gonna say that.
last year.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was on my list too. It's just him missing cut, just because every time I don't think he's yet to make cut since he said that, and I just think that's so funny.
Right, and like because what did he shoot on Thursday, Friday? Plus 12.
He was plus 12 to miss cut.
Yeah, and like, yeah, I mean like you can't do that. Like, you can't make that par 67 comment and then not only miss cut, but like not even get close. Like the dude wasn't even sniffing the cut
wasn't.
line.
No, not even really.
Because I remember seeing an account on Twitter tweet something about him doubling. He doubled like 7 or something on Thursday morning. So I instantly go to the app and like he had just hit a shot on 9, and he hit over the green on 9 like by like 10 yards, and the ball like landed in a lady's lap.
Oh,
and
really?
The only reason he wasn't like so far OB is like it hit this lady in the leg and then like bounced back like 5 feet.
Oh yeah.
The
I did
green.
see that. I saw that tweet. Yeah, I saw the tracker tweet that happened. I was like, okay, that's a good
And that
break.
was like,
but I mean,
no joke, that was like his like 3rd shot into the like 4 holes.
Yeah.
That was mine. And then like I'll save my number 1, but my number 2 was Taylor's back-to-back birdies on 7 and 8 on Sunday, because we had already talked about he started going low on the front 9. He started making a run.
Yeah.
That was when he pushed into the top 10. I think he was even on the tournament or maybe 1 under. I can't remember. But that was like where you really started thinking, okay, he's making a charge. Like top 5 is like legitimately in the question here.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously like the rest after that's history, but just that moment going into Amen corner, like what do you shoot 3 under or 4 under on the front on Sunday?
I think it was. I want to say 4, but I could be wrong.
It
3
was
under on the
3 under on the front.
front. Yeah,
Yeah, and
he birdied
those,
2 and then 7 and 8.
yeah, the back-to-back birdies on 7 and 8 like really felt like the time.
Yeah,
was
that's when I
coming
started
in.
getting really excited. Yeah.
But yeah, I'll let you go ahead and get some of yours out of the way if you've got them off the top of your head.
Yeah, so I'll say my number 3 is, we talked about it, was Bryson missing cut. I had that as a lock. I was like, he's not going to make cut again. I think he's going to have bad luck there probably for the rest of his career after that comment. You
Oh,
can't
like-
make that comment about that course.
I was like,
ever.
Augusta is a spiritual place, and like
Yeah,
they're not gonna let you get away with that.
no, not at all. So I always find that exciting. My number 2, probably the Rory and Colin holeouts on 18.
So that was my
really
number
fun
one.
to watch.
Yeah.
Was it?
'Cause
Yeah,
that
was.
felt like the most like electric moment from
I agree. I
Sunday.
think. And then my number 1, I would actually say, this is when I was like, I knew the tournament was over. It was when Scotty chipped in, like really early on. I think it was on like 7 or 8 or something like that.
Yeah,
It was
on
on
the
the
front
front
9
9,
on Sunday.
because him and Cam both missed in the same spot, and then he chipped in and Cam blew it past the hole, and that's when I was like, okay, this is how this is gonna end, is him winning.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why I say like that's why like the Rory Colin chip-ins on 18 made my number 1, because it felt like the most kind of like electrifying moment of the weekend.
Yeah,
And
100%.
lost my train of thought. Oh, because yeah, like you said, even going into Sunday, Scheffler had a 3-stroke lead, which isn't a ton at Augusta,
No,
but just
not
the
at
way
all.
the course had been playing and the way that Scheffler had been playing, like everyone I think kind of had the same feeling that like no one was making a run on Scheffler on Sunday.
No, not really.
Like you
And I
saw a
mean,
couple
Cam-
people try,
yeah.
but
Cam got within 1 early on, and then after that, it was just after that
right.
chip in. Then Cam bogeyed. It was within like 2 or 3, I think, at that point, and then he just ran away with it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like when you can 4-putt 18 and still
And win by 3 is
right.
ridiculous. Yeah.
All right. So you said like you got into like the tracking things. You've just like been involved with golf and stuff. So I'm assuming that you play yourself.
Yes. Not well, but yes, I do.
Oh, same here. And of course I did what everybody post masters does. I went to work and rounded up a group and booked a tee time for this coming
Oh, of
Friday.
course. Yeah.
Probably Good Friday after being a holiday after the Masters, probably the most heavily booked tee time.
Very clutch. Yeah.
of the
Oh yeah,
year.
and that too. Yeah, it's gonna be packed.
Yeah. But so I'm about to my end of those questions. I have one more that I've saved. We also do recurring would you rathers here.
Sure.
So you've probably seen this floating around over the weekend. I'm gonna go ahead and ask it. Would you rather hole in one the 16th at Augusta or the 16th at the Waste Management Open in Scottsdale?
I gotta go. I gotta go Scottsdale. I think that's so cool.
That
Just the
hole
beers
is
flying everywhere. It's so loud. I mean, I think it registered as an earthquake at one point. I just think that's so cool. I think that's the dream.
like that. Yeah, I mean, like that sound has got to be like nothing else on planet Earth. Like if you look at that hole, like it looks like the golf version of like an Incredible Pizza or like Chuck E. Cheese. Like
Yeah.
that place is nuts.
It's freaking crazy.
All that being
Yeah,
said,
but
though,
I think
I think
Yeah,
I'm
go.
taking Augusta. Like I thought about it, and I'm just thinking like, man, you get that chance to say that you aced at
That, I mean, yeah.
Augusta.
It's so tough. Yeah, because it's like Augusta obviously is the dream, right? I think that's
Right.
every golfer's dream. But it's just like in terms of like the crowd in the moment, I think I'd pick Scottsdale. But I understand, like it's
Oh, I mean,
I-
I'm not gonna blame you for picking Scottsdale because, like I said, like that just the sound from
Yeah.
that experience would be life changing. But yeah, I don't know if I could pick against Augusta.
That's fair. No, that's fair. I respect that.
But that being said, I mean, that was a lot of good information. I look forward to continuing to interact with the account. Obviously, every
sure.
tournament is not going to be as widely publicized as the Masters. So
Yeah, he's not playing this weekend. Probably gonna take a break. Probably needs it.
oh,
But
absolutely. And he just made a bag off of a top 15 finish.
yeah, he's been reeling it in this year, man.
Oh, like, so obviously at my work, like, it's kind of a known thing that there was this guy with my name playing in the
Right.
Masters. And so I get to work today, and the first thing out of my boss's mouth is, well, your cousin kind of blew it this weekend, huh? And I like looked at the guy and I'm like, he was top 15 in his rookie debut. I was like, you saw the pay structure, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, no, I didn't look into it. And I was like, well, I said, if $225,000 for 14th place is blowing it, I'll blow it 5 days.
Yeah, I'll blow it every day. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
It was just like in his players championship, I think not this year, but last year he got 5th. So that was a cool 700K. So I was like, that's easy. And then the first thing he did after that, he went to Wendy's. It was always one of the funniest things he's ever done. Is
Man of the
he won
people.
$700,000 and went to Wendy's.
That's
Oh, man.
fantastic. But that being said, man, I appreciate you coming on. I look forward
sure.
to you being my kind of link to the tournaments here going forward.
Absolutely,
The ones that aren't majors that I can't follow shot for shot.
Mhm.
And
Thank
yeah,
you
that
for
being
making
said,
golf seem fun to me. Because
Oh, hey, I'm glad to hear that.
just
You-
being a fly on the wall during this conversation has been kind of cool. I think so. So would you recommend just like following your account, focusing on one person is like a good way to get into it?
I think it's a great way to get into it. So the way I got into professional golf was just obviously gambling. I just got on DraftKings. I started picking a couple guys. But then like you start following some guys, you're like, oh, like actually, like I don't even really gamble on golf anymore. I just like watching the guys now. So you just kind of get to know them, you get to know their game. I just think it's a really fun way to get into it. It's just like picking a guy and being like, yeah, I like this guy.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm gonna have to do. Follow your account. Probably follow Taylor Gooch and
Yeah,
get myself into this because this sounds pretty fun.
if
it
you
is
have
fun.
Instagram,
Also,
Taylor is a really good follow on Instagram
Really?
as well.
yeah, he's posting all the time. He's always on his story.
Yeah, I feel like he's more active on Instagram than he is on Twitter.
Yeah, he really doesn't use Twitter. He just kind of goes on Instagram.
But yeah, that being
Also,
said, oh, go ahead.
I like the Cowboys flags you got in the back. I'm a big Cowboys fan. I'm actually from Dallas. I just go to I go to college up in South Carolina. So
Okay. Yeah, I'm from Houston, but my dad being around the time when there was no Houston sports or no Houston football team,
Right.
got
Yeah.
stuck with the Cowboys and breaking my heart ever since.
oh, of course, yeah. No, it's a shame. It's a pain we live with, but we're still friends.
I was going to share this later in the episode after the interview, but now that I have two Cowboys fans captive, I will share this. Wiz, you might have already seen this. Fun sports fact of the day. Since the Jaguars have entered the league, the Jacksonville Jaguars have more playoff wins than the Dallas Cowboys.
I'm aware. Yeah.
7-4.
I haven't heard that stat,
Yeah.
but that hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We live in pain. It's okay.
It is. Yeah, it's our life.
But yeah, Zach, you are pretty much the official below 500 golf correspondent after today. So
All right.
feel free to come back anytime.
Will do.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to come back after he wins the PGA next month.
Yeah, like I said, definitely we'll be having you back on to talk hopefully about his first major victory.
Sure thing.
All right. Well, appreciate your time, man.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on.
See you.
See ya. All right. Thank you, Zach, for that interview. Like I said, welcome back anytime. He is our fellow below 500 golf correspondent, one might say. So look forward to hearing from Zach again.
All right, let's hit a quick highs and lows. Lows, I have people that don't tip. Fuck off. You're scum. If you can't afford to tip, then don't do the extra things as getting stuff delivered. Get your fat ass up and get your own shit. Or how about this? You can't even afford to get that if you can't tip. Cook something. A pack of hot dogs is like $3.82. You can get a pack of buns to go with it for 86 cents. You got dinner for 2 days, 3 days.
Okay. Hunter, I got one comment on that. I feel like a lazy sack of shit when I wake up on a weekend and like don't want to go get breakfast, don't want to cook. I just order something. I feel like a lazy sack of shit when I order breakfast. I cannot imagine how much of a piece of shit I would feel like if I ordered 2 bags of fucking Takis on DoorDash.
So that's what I was gonna say. That's what blows my mind out of this whole thing. Obviously, the people that don't tip is wild too. Like some of the stuff they be ordering and not tipping is crazy.
I got a pack of
But-
forks, 3 forks, a slotted spatula, and a bag of Takis. No tip.
Like I can almost get that one because like you said a spatula, forks, and Takis. Like, so was that from a grocery store?
That's from Dollar General.
Right. So Dollar General, like basically a grocery store.
Mhm.
I can see like what like you're like you get up, you start day drinking, you're 3 cocktails in, and you're like, damn, I don't have a spatula to like flip this grilled cheese. And I can't risk my 3rd DUI this year to go get one. Let's have that redneck boy from down the road bring me one on DoorDash. I get that kind of, but like the ones that get me is like the 2 Takis from 7-Eleven.
It's the
was
same
wild.
person. It was the exact no, it wasn't 7-Eleven, it was Dollar General. Same person.
See, that's wild.
And I knew it
2
was
bags
because it
of
was
Takis.
the first one I got paid $4 to do it. That was straight from DoorDash, no tip. This one it popped up $4.19. So in my head, I'm like, maybe when I'm done with the order, it'll pop up. They tip something. Doubt it. Well, let's fucking see. When I was done, base pay $4, tip 19 cents.
And that's the funniest part to me, the 19-cent tip, because that's like there's no percentage in that. Like
No,
10%
DoorDash-
tip would be 40 cents.
yes.
So like she had to manually go in there and type out to tip you 19 cents.
You know, she just rounded it off. She just rounded it off to make it even flat number, whatever it was.
Oh, that's right. Because that the 4 isn't her total. That makes sense.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So that tells you that that was something 81.
It makes
which-
me more pissed when it's
No, in
ordered
DoorDash, those 2 bags of Takis, it was probably her total was probably 1781.
Yes. And they give you 3 different options to tip from, starting from like $1 to whatever, based on what you get. You have to manually go in there, custom tip, and type in 0 to not tip. But I'm just like, you go through all the
Yeah.
effort.
Yeah.
High schoolers are the absolute worst. But I just get more mad when it's an order when it's an order for like Dollar General, Walgreens, anything like that, where I have to go in there and shop. I got to get the buggy. I have to scan every item on my phone. So it loads onto a prepaid card. Checkout. I got to do all that. And then go walk up fucking 3 flights of stairs and deliver all these groceries and shit for no tip. Shit's aggravating. High schoolers, fuck you. Junior high kids are better. They tip.
So did you get my joke earlier about
Yes.
that?
Yeah.
Because junior high kids are still paying with their mom's credit card.
Yeah.
High school kids using their own money.
That is crazy though. Like to think about having access to DoorDash as like a junior high kid.
There
I
needs
asked
to
my
be an
brother-in-law
age
who's a
limit.
junior in high school, and they're not allowed to in Humble ISD.
Oh,
Not allowed to DoorDash.
Yeah, they're not allowed to DoorDash. They're not allowed. Like, if I'm at home one day, I'm not allowed to like go fucking drop him off food. He has to bring his food with him, or he has to get school lunch.
See, so like my junior high did this thing that they called it hall sales. And in the mornings, like every day was different. Like you could go to the office and order. So like Tuesdays and Thursdays was pizza. So like you could go and you'd prepay. It was like $1.50 a slice, and you go tell the secretary like, I want 2 slices of pepperoni. And then like at lunch they'd have a list. Everyone's name. You'd be like, all right, Mark got 2 slices of pepperoni today, and you do that. And like on like Mondays and Fridays, it would be like we had like a gas station that had like the deli, and so you could get like a pizza pocket or like a burrito for like $1, and you'd pay through the office. So every week I would get like $10 from my mom, and that was my lunch money for the week. Like, so if I wanted to like
$10
ball out-
got you through a week.
That must be nice.
so like I had a system. I had a finely tuned system of exactly what I could get every day, and it literally went down to $10.
So I can just say this: in Humble ISD, it was a flat rate of $3.50. You got one of the entrees of X amount of options. It came with a milk or a water, and it came with a fruit. $3.50 each day.
See, that's for school lunch. That's expensive.
Yes. Thank God my parents were poor, and I was on I got that for free.
I was gonna say Stroud was $1, but it was like regular school cafeteria slop.
High notes. My birthday was Friday. Didn't really care, minus the cheaper insurance I'm looking forward to. Hallie
Mine went down like a couple bucks.
Hallie got me a John Morant jersey. Excited for it. It's the Vancouver Grizzlies one, so it's that nice teal blue, beautiful throwback logo. And it's funny because a couple Sundays ago we went to the mall. We went to the Woodlands Mall, and I went to that store called Fans, and they had jerseys everywhere. I asked for a John Morant jersey in the Vancouver one. They didn't sell it. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I ended up buying a hat. I bought a Vancouver Grizzlies hat. It was on sale. And I thought it was funny that I got that hat. And a couple weeks later, she told me that she had to tell me that I got a jersey. I haven't got it yet because she was about to message, I think Wiz. She's about to message you. And then she's like, no. I don't want to seem like that weird person. So she's like, I was going to message Gooch. I was going to message Witch. I was going to message Christian. But she ended up just messaging Rowdy about where to buy a jersey. And Rowdy told her some weird site that he used before. And it's been over a month and it still hasn't arrived. So
Hey,
It
computer
was
has a
probably like
virus.
DHgate adjacent.
something like that. But she'll go, the tracking number doesn't work. She goes to the website, and when she hits, occasionally it'll say this website doesn't exist, or so this website got taken down or whatever. So she
You
doesn't
need to get her phone and make sure Rowdy didn't tell her to order this jersey from boldstatement.com.
It was over $100 for that jersey. I was like, girl, I know you've heard me say DHgate or something. If she would have ended up asking y'all two or Christian, like she was going to, somebody's going to say DHgate.
Oh, yeah.
DHgate is hard to navigate for a first timer though.
Yeah.
Not
Like-
really. I showed her was like, so when it's straight at the search bar, Morant, Vancouver jersey, whatever. When I ordered another one, $30. $30 instead of 100.
Yeah, but you're
I
gonna
mean, if
order
you're
that
spending
one.
100, you might as well spend 120 and get an authentic one. Or is it 130?
It was like 130.
Yeah. I mean,
And
I'd spend the
that
extra 30.
DHgate one is gonna come in, and it's gonna be a 4X, and it's gonna be freaking 4X youth size.
I ordered it. I wear a 2X, and so I ordered a 3X because I'm still trying to lose weight.
I was gonna say, you're just still trying to hurt your feelings on these DHgate jerseys, aren't you?
No, because all the basketball ones I've ordered were 2Xs, and they're like I almost fit them. So I feel like a 3X I'd fit, and if I do end up losing eventually enough weight where they're too big, I wear them over clothes anyways. Like I wear it over a
Yeah.
shirt or whatever.
That's my issue. Why I have not pulled the trigger on an NBA jersey is because when am I going to wear a tank top NBA jersey? Like,
Yeah, like they fit without a shirt, but when I put a shirt on, they're a little too tight.
yeah.
Yeah, and if you're wearing an NBA jersey with nothing on underneath it, you're a psycho.
I know.
Probably a
People just
Yankees
fucking wear
fan.
that to school all the time.
I did pull the trigger on a Space City Astros jersey. Pizza Planet edition.
As a Pizza Planet jersey, baby.
Hey, I love Toy Story. Let's go.
It's from DHgate.
Yes, I got an Altuve one. Spent
And they
$30.
already got those on DH.
I'm gonna
Yes.
need pictures of like every angle of that jersey, Hunter, So if I know them by the authentic or DH gate one, because there's so many little fucking patches and shit, I want to make sure the DH gate looks good enough.
How about we both wear whatever to
The movie.
Multiverse of Madness if it's here in time?
So I've got the hat on the way and the Altuve jersey on the way. But that's it.
It was $30. I bought my Alvarez and my McCullers jersey from DH Gate. Great reviews on both. The only bad review I have is the buttons were loose a little bit, but that's easy fix. Other than that, they fit perfect. And I ordered those 2X. But
I love baseball jerseys. They're fucking great. I need to get more.
and then my mom gave me $100. I used that to go do shopping. I almost said school clothes shopping. I used that to buy some shorts and some shirts because I'm running low on clothes. And then one last quick high, I bought my ticket for Multiverse of Madness. Cannot wait. Wish it was going to be in 4DX.
I'm so pissed because why does it got to be 3D and 4? Because I can't do 3D. I'll get fucking headache.
Yeah, the
midway
last
through.
3D movie I watched, like I got like halfway through the movie and I'm like, I finished the movie and I'm like, this is the last 3D movie I'm watching.
No, that was me. Like
I've
I get a
grown
headache.
out. I've grown out of 3D.
And I gotta
movies.
wear. I'm at the point where I have to wear my glasses at movies now. Like, and I can't wear 3D glasses on my glasses. It's a pain.
Yeah. I don't really have any like highs and lows. I mean, my life's been pretty boring. I guess my only real high, I think I've said this like 3 times, but another episode means another week closer to Vegas for me.
Mhm.
So still counting these days.
Oh,
Can't get here fast enough.
dude. Okay, so the high of my life. I'm a week late because I was gone last week, but
You know,
I went to WrestleMania and I was in the nosebleeds. But boy, did my inner child come out when the glass smashed and Stone Cold Steve Austin came out. Oh my God. Like I was like, I was a child again. Tears in my eyes, doing every chant with the whole fucking crowd. Because the rest of the show was fun. But you know, I don't know all the chants and shit. But I knew everything for Stone Cold. And it was fucking beautiful. I would do that again if I could. Just for Stone Cold. But that's all I got.
Hunter said he had some content for us. Or did we already hit those?
bitch, did you not read?
No, I didn't read.
He said
actually.
he'll save it for next week.
Oh,
Yeah, I typed it in
why-
and said,
So you said highs and lows, so I scrolled down to the bottom, so I cut that off.
Uh,
Okay, never mind. Never
Yeah.
mind then. I was wondering why you skipped the highs and lows so fast. I was like, we usually do this at the end.
we talked quite a bit.
yeah, we had fun talking about Snell for 12 minutes.
Hey, it was worth it. I really enjoyed the sale.
Oh yeah,
That was half of the good content. I can save
Yeah.
these other couple for next week.
Oh yeah, that's good. You got anything else you want to say?
No?
It's a great place to wrap up.
What do you
Okay,
fucks
well-
take us out?
Thank you all for listening to episode 47 of Below 500. Hope y'all enjoyed this week. Make sure, as always, you follow us on social media at Below 500 Pod and check out our store, www.below500pod.com. See y'all next time.
All right, good to see you next week. Wiz, I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Thank you.